Hey gang, how you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. And I hate to put a day or a date on this because hopefully this is going to play for as long as it needs to play, for as long as people need to see it. I just came by to talk to you guys. I had a couple people ask me, like, how are you really doing? Like, you've gotten the surface out and you've been able to talk, you've been able to understand what happened to you, and that's all good for the textbook, but how are you as a person? How are you doing? And I have to tell you, I have to be honest, it's different. It's different every day. I am grateful that I escaped my narcissistically abusive relationship. I'm disappointed that it ended up being one. I'm working on not being ticked off with myself because the love bomb and none of this came as a surprise. Like I said, I've known my narc for almost 18 years. And he's always been the same. It's just what his supply has been able to provide for him or whatever the case is. But it's almost like you want to kick yourself for falling for it, so to speak. And I come to tell you, no. Do your shadow work and work on the parts of you that know better, but don't be upset with those parts, because unfortunately this is a narcissist's life. So while you are expecting normal, common progression, boy meets girl, boy tries to date, blah blah blah, the narcissist is simply moving to keep supply, to keep themselves running. So it really, 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 in the onset, will have nothing to do with you. There was never an attempt to, oh, look at her, she's so beautiful, no. You were always seen. I was always seen as supply. So the feeling of being deliberately targeted, while you're justified in that feeling, you were deliberately targeted, but it wasn't because of who you are. It's because of who the narc is and how they saw you fit into their winding road. And you'll be okay. And you're going to be okay. You don't want the narc back. However, we're stuck in that place where we want them to know what they've done, but as empaths, we don't really want to. We don't want to see anybody hurt, but we want to see them pay for what they've done. Understand, they are. They realize that they've lost you and there's nothing they can do about it. Like, imagine that. They realize that everything that they've wanted, they've already had, and it's going to go through their hands, and they'll never be able to hold on to it because of who they are. Like, it's a whole thing with this narcissist. They're never happy. They're never satisfied. And who is feeling worse than you, feeling more chumped off than you, their new supply. Their new supply, because if they do their shadow work, what they'll realize is they were supplied as an answer to you. I gotta look for somebody to get me, to move me away from this supply. Once they get there, it's perpetual. They're gonna look for somebody to. So that's always gonna be their situation. So imagine that, you healed individuals. Imagine being so unhealed that you're fighting for what you already have, and the person that's getting rid of what you want is you because of who you are. Confusing, right? So, we're gonna have those days where we get up, I'm pissed. They what is it? Future bombed, or they did that thing where they promised me all of this. Follow your gut. Follow your gut, and don't let them talk you out of it. You kind of knew that was too good to be true because their words and their actions were so different. So it happens. It happens. But I tell you, talking is going to help you, and talk until you feel better. Talk until you're tired of hearing it. Talk until you get it all out. Talk until it's offensive to the person that loves you. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you're healed, you're going to attract the right people. And you won't need to this whole narcissistic trauma bond thing will be a thing of the past. It'll be a lesson and not something that shaped you, because there is no good thing to come out of this. There is no good thing that a trauma bond can teach you, but how to not do it again. So you didn't lose anything. There wasn't this great big future that if you had done something differently, it would have. No, that was never going to happen. You were sought after as supply because they had messed up their last situation, or their mask kept falling off in that situation. So whenever the mask falls off, they immediately start to. So if you allow yourself to be in that situation, it could very well happen that you become the next supply. But once you're in there, the mask comes off, and it's the perpetual search for new supply, because I know I'm getting ready to blow this. I already know the second I have to act normal, or the second an ounce of my truth comes out, I'm out of here, because I'm afraid of that truth. I'm afraid of what they're going to think of me. I'm so ashamed of myself. That's what the narc is thinking. So we can go ahead and pray for them and feel bad, that they never got to heal as a child. And we can apologize to that child in them for whatever they went through. But we don't have to be a part of it. Until they're healed, they are operating from a demonic place. And when I say demonic, like, you have to understand, in order for these people to be able to say the worst things about their supply. When my narc came to me, a part of his love bomb, and it was taking advantage of a friendship, because there would be so much horrible things that he would have to say about the supply before me, as an empath, you don't ever fathom that someone would make this kind of thing up. So you go, oh, and you get into protective mode over what you think is your friend, your boyfriend, your homeboy, your homegirl, your compadre, to them, you are just supply. They don't care about bad mouthing the old supply because they're ready to move on to the next one. So you're going to hear the horrible things. You're going to hear the smear campaign. You're going to hear the lies about that person. You don't understand why they would make this up. It's got to be true, right? We got to stop doing that, guys. Also, we got to stop doing that, especially when it comes to queen on queen. These guys, these narcs, they want to keep it all divided. They want to keep everybody separate, because if you guys get together and start talking, y'all gonna pull my mask off. But they will with their new supply, they will make that old supply seem so horrible that you almost feel like you have to protect them. So now you got the new supply and the old supply mad at each other, never met, never understanding each other, and it's just acting as a stair step for him. It's just acting for him or her, for the narc to get to their next place, and that's it. They don't have an end goal. They're just literally moving around until they die, and that's so sad. They have no future plans for anyone but themselves, and their goal is to move around, not be embarrassed, make everybody think I'm a success, whether I am or not, and they usually aren't, because they're, if they are good in business, they're bad in other places, so they usually aren't successful. That's why they have to pretend, like with the fake jewelry and, showing off the fake jewelry when you can just omit it. But that grandiosity, that look, I'm so successful, that look, you can do this too. And they know when they turn that camera off, they are so ashamed and so embarrassed and so afraid. Because if somebody finds out that I'm full of it, I've got to go somewhere and start all over again. And at some point it gets tiring. So, but again, don't feel played, baby. It's just a part of the game, and it happens. And it happens. And as empaths, when you understand people, you're a magnet for a narc. You're a magnet for a narc, because they know that, especially, and I got to point this out, boy moms. Boy moms understand, dang, he is getting a raw deal from so many places. So we kind of got that extra, well, these people know they've done all this work. And I'm going to tell you, if a narc would put this kind of manipulation and thinking and calculation into making some real money, they'd be millionaires. And the healed ones, they do, and they are. But if left a narc, doesn't really matter what they have. It's what you believe they have. Doesn't matter who they are. It's what they can get you to believe they are. Doesn't matter how they feel. Nothing real matters. It's what they're able to get us to buy. And that keeps them from being them embarrassed little, shamed little kids that face trauma. So, breathe. You're not stupid. You're not crazy. You ain't weak. You're not going to be a bag lady because or a bag man. Because you're doing your work. You're doing your work. You're understanding. And eventually your narc is going to be a thing of the past, regardless of how well they vetted you. My narc married me. So I've got to undo that, but it's all par for the course, honey. You've got to look at things in life as things that just have to be done. It happens. Ain't my first marriage. Probably won't be my last one, because I'm nobody's free milk. So, but we just gotta get it right, and we gotta stop beating ourselves up and thinking that I deserve this, or no, these people were setting it up, and the length of time. I hear a lot of people tell them put a ring on it. They will if it's required. A narc is gonna do whatever they have to do to get what they want from you. So they'll go all out. They give you babies, they give you marriages, they give you whatever. But a narc is a narc is a narc is a narc, and it's got nothing to do with you. So when you get that down and you don't take it personal, that allows you to heal better, heal fast. I won't say heal faster, because it takes its time, and everybody's timing is different. But don't take it personal. Don't hold it in. It had nothing to do with you. And it is what it is. And life goes on. Thank God you got out. Thank God you made it out. Unfortunately, there's a lot of victims that don't. There's a lot of people that's stuck in there, and they're determined to make it work, or they're determined to compromise with the narc, and I'm going to go ahead and fall in place, and you can do what you want to do. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Their food is conflict. Their energy comes from sucking you dry, hurting you. If you think about it, it's a T-Tac thing. We used to play T-Tac as a child. You hit me, I hit you back. T-Tac, not it. And they feel like the world is doing this to them. So they're doing this to everybody that comes in their way. So they're deliberately angry and mad, but they can't walk around like that because nobody will come. So they've got to come in and, come here, baby. I love you so much. I love you. I've had my narc rub me to sleep, and when he thought I was asleep, he would say stuff like, "Nobody studying your ass." Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I've had beautiful times laying and cuddling, and he would excuse himself to go to the bathroom, only to get on Facebook and said, "The worst prison you can be in is being in a sucky marriage. Watch who you marry," and then come back and hold me, and we go out to dinner and stuff. So, and if you're a thinker and everything has to make sense, you sitting in there like, WTF. But here's WTF. It's designed to do that. That was their plan. You weren't let in on it. But yeah, no, they know that keeps you off your toes, and that buys them time. They know that before I realized my situation, when I would tell my story, #girl, we need to talk, in my earlier videos, I called it the push-pull, or the up-down, or the here and there. No, it was narcissistic trauma bonding 101. And you wonder, like, my narc ain't even got the sense to. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. The narcissists have an intelligence that won't show up in a book. It may not show up in business, but trust me, they've dedicated their entire lives to fighting back at the world for making them feel that thing. All right? #girl, we need to talk. I enjoyed y'all this 20 minutes. How do you feel? So when you get up tomorrow and you're upset and you crying and you feeling played, cry it out. Get yourself together. Do some shadow work. Meditate. Do your affirmations. Do your law of attraction. And love on yourself, honey. Love on yourself. Keep it moving. Make sure your house is clean. Make sure if you're not working that you're looking. If you're not intending to, that you're doing something productive. That something in your life is going to enhance someone else's. And if you can't help, don't hurt. Okay? That's simple. If you can't help somebody, don't hurt people. Because it comes back. All right? I love you guys. # girl, we need to talk. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. Yeah, we're going to do this. I'm telling y'all, if my goal is, and I mean our community, I want everybody, the whole world. But if I got to one sister at a time, and that's on some real stuff, because guess what? I was raised by one. I'm sorry, y'all. Wow, I didn't expect that. But I saw what it did to her. And in turn, what it did to me and my siblings. And in turn, what it did to my kids and my nieces and my nephews. And in turn, what it did to my grandchildren and my great nieces. So, not on my watch, guys. For real. Not on my watch. I love you guys. # girl, we need to talk. We are going to fix this. Pray for a narcissist. And then get out their fucking way. I love you guys. Bye.